If you or a loved one are struggling with type 2 diabetes, you should visit the link in the description below. This clinically proven, drug-free program lowers blood sugar to a normal level and can completely reverse type 2 diabetes within just a few weeks. Here's today's video.
The question, how do I reverse diabetes 2 which is diagnosed recently? Answer by John Shore. I just wrote an answer to this question about 5 minutes ago and will answer it again because it is so very important for you and for millions of other people. But the answer to your question is yes. From my personal experience, type 2 diabetes can be reversed. In March of 2017 I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It really scared me. My father was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at 60 and I watched him have to inject insulin 2 times a day. His body still deteriorated due to the diabetes. I did not want to end up like that. I was a chocoholic and ate huge portions. I was too heavy for my height and did not get enough exercise. I immediately got on the internet and started researching for cures for type 2 diabetes. I read all the information at the American Diabetes Association website and was thoroughly depressed. I was being told that I had a progressive disease with no cure that would last the rest of my life and finally cause my DIA. I learned that I would have to take progressively stronger medications to control my diabetes and BG, blood glucose levels. I decided that this path was not for me. I knew there had to be a cure for this terrible disease even if all these doctors and pharmaceutical companies were saying that there is no cure. I read everything I could find on T2 diabetes. Causes, treatments, reversal and cure. I decided that changing my diet drastically to a low-carb high-fat diet, LCHF, was the way to go. I found a great deal of good information at Diet Doctor, making low-carb simple. So I did it. I absolutely changed my diet completely from that day. It was very difficult. My body was craving carbohydrates, especially sweets. I had physical flu symptoms from the body adjusting to this new diet. I used meditation and mindful eating to get through those days. Without meditation I doubt I would have made it. I even created some guided meditation audios that helped me. You can download them. They are called the Dieting Mindfulness Meditations. There are 2 of them. Use them both every day. They really help with changing your diet. No sweets, no fruits, less than 20 grams of carbs a day, no juices, no sweet drinks, no sugars of any kind except stevia. Veggies, eggs, cheese, meats, nuts were just fine. It was an incredibly difficult challenge. My endocrinologist thought I was crazy. She was not supportive at all. I told her that I was going to do this and that I would be the experiment to see if T2 diabetes could be reversed and cured without medications and the diet she was recommending. I checked my BG at least 7 times a day after various meals, exercise, events, activities, etc. I wanted a complete picture of how everything I ate and experienced affected my BG. I found that stress raised BG. I found that lack of proper sleep raised my BG. Lack of exercise raised my BG. The meditations helped with the stress and with sleeping. I made sure I walked with my dog and my camera at least 5 kilometers per day and usually more. After 6 weeks on this diet my BG was completely normal for a non-diabetic person, 3.95.6 mmol/L. My A1C was a little on the high side though, 6.2. But that A1C included the weeks before my BG went down. My cholesterol was also high from all the fat I was eating. So I adjusted the diet to a more low-carb, low-fat diet. I consumed less than 50 grams of carbs a day and only ate lean chicken, fish and very lean meats. Lots of veggies, eggs, cheeses and still no fruits and juices or sugars. After 3 months more my A1C was 5.2 mmol/L. My BG never went above 5.6, 100, even after a meal. I had lost about 8 kilograms which felt great and still does. Now it has been 8 months since my diagnosis and the beginning of my experiment. I still check my BG every morning when I wake up. It is always in the normal range. Never over 5.6, 100. I walk every day with my dog and camera. I meditate every day to deal with any stress that might arise. I eat some fruit now. I eat fresh veggies and salads, fish, chicken. I'm now living in southern Italy so I have access to nice olive oil, cheeses and veggies. I eat carbs whenever I like. For instance, yesterday I was in Naples, Italy, the home of pizza. I ate an incredible pizza at the oldest pizza restaurant in Naples. I also had some bites of an amazing dessert called the baba. Very sweet and very delicious. For late dinner I had another incredible pizza. When I woke up this morning, my BG was 5.4. I usually would not eat 2 pizzas in a day, but I used this as an experiment to see what would happen. Even here in Italy, I only eat pizza about once a week. All other foods I eat in moderation. It is not my intention to ever go back to eating sweets constantly all day. I will stay on a good healthy diet and get plenty of exercise for the rest of my life. I like having less weight to carry around. I will continue to meditate and do my mindfulness meditations every day. Little by little I will experiment with my diet to see how my pancreas is working and how my cells are dealing with glucose and insulin. As long as my BG and A1C are normal, I will continue doing what I am doing. Is the T2 diabetes cured? I have no idea yet. Is it reversed? Most certainly. I have done this with no meds, only diet, exercise and meditation. Let me close by saying that every human body is a bit different. What worked for me may or may not work for you. In my research, I have found that this diet works for most people, but do your own research. Obviously, in the short run, it is a lot easier to take a pill or an injection every day than to change your lifestyle. But that leads to nowhere. Changing diet and lifestyle is the long-term solution for many people, including me. Speak with your doctor. Do the research. Find what works for you. Then do it as if your life depended on it. Because it does. Take care. John. Answer by Rajinder Bala. Yes, type 2 is reversible. I have no feedback from type 1 people. But I hope that even type 1 can be reversed. Cause and cure of diabetes is. Diabetes symptoms are increased thirst, frequent urination. Thirst is caused when the blood volume is reduced. So the first target for management of diabetes should be to increase blood volume. Once thirst is managed, frequent urination will automatically stop. Urination will reduce because in the absence of thirst a person may drink much less water. Drinking water with meals can improve health in following ways. This question had troubled me for more than 15 years. I changed various formats of drinking water. I drank water on empty stomach for a good 10 years or more. I used to avoid drinking water with meals. Results: whitish layer on tongue. Increased sensation of thirst with passage of time. Thick saliva. Almost non-existing. The taste of food was impaired. I did not like the taste of most of the food that once I used to like. So 2 months back I decided to drink 200 milliliters water with each meal. Results shocked me. I stopped feeling thirsty. Saliva volume increased tenfold. Food started tasting better. There seemed to be significant improvement in the sharpness of brain. Not drinking water for 36 hours was very easy. Let us first understand about what is there in our body. 65 to 75% of body weight is fluid, 15% of body weight is bones, 5% could be waste sitting in large and small intestines waiting to be excreted. Rest is fats, muscles and other molecules. So going by weight, volume fluid should be most important. Otherwise also bones, fat and muscles are fed the nutrients by fluids. They all are stationary. It is the fluid which moves from one place to another. So we need to control and understand the working of fluids. This fluid is there in 3 major compartments. Of the total fluid, 10% is blood. Rest of 90% fluid is there in cells and in space between cells. Blood, 10% of total fluid, feeds the nutrients to rest of 90% fluids. Think what will happen if the 90% of the fluids fall short of minerals and carbs. Now understand that almost 70% of the minerals and carbs are manufactured in the body itself with the help of other minerals and enzymes. Think again, if there is shortage of blood glucose in 90% of the fluids, the body will raise glucose in the blood by assigning top priority to convert everything into glucose. Glucose is the single most important nutrient needed in our body. No diabetic dies due to excessive blood glucose. They die when body fails to meet the requirement of glucose. Heart and other vital organs do not get enough energy to operate optimally. The explanation of drinking water with meals is as under. When we eat food, our stomach produces acids and other enzymes to convert the food and other liquids into a paste. This paste is passed on to small intestines. Small intestine is connected to blood veins. The minerals, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, water, enzymes and other nutrients are absorbed in small intestines and moved to liver for further processing. After processing in liver, the mineralized blood is sent to kidney for balancing of the minerals. Any minerals found to be out of correct proportions are filtered out. First benefit of this will be that blood volume will increase as more fluids will be absorbed with minerals because of more water content in the food. When we drink water on empty stomach or after more than 1 minutes after a meal, there may not be any fluid absorption in the absence of acids in small intestine or when water is taken on empty stomach. So drinking water with meals should help cure varicose veins problem. It should also help improve the skin. It should remove the dark eye spots and improve eyesight. It can improve cataract as well. It can prevent prostate cancer as well. There are 1,000s of possibilities. But I remember very clearly that when I increased my water intake and started drinking on empty stomach, all the health problems were cured in less than 10 days. Same result I saw with lot of other people also. That is an indication that drinking water on empty stomach is meant to remove metabolic toxins. So we do need to drink water on empty stomach as well after every few days. Weight loss. When we drink water or any other liquid after more than 10 minutes after a meal, the water and other liquids are not absorbed in small intestines, in the absence of stomach acids. Stomach acids are produced only in response to food and not in response to water and other liquids. The liquids and water are passed on the large intestines. In large intestines also the excess water and vitamins are absorbed. However, the large intestine does not absorb any minerals, carbohydrates, fats and proteins. This water is passed on to intracellular fluids. No processing is done by liver and kidneys. This is kind of direct reach to the body fluids which are passed on to cells. Over a period of time, the intracellular fluids around the large intestines become devoid of most of the minerals. These fluids are also stripped off the essential glucose. In the absence of glucose, the metabolic rate falls, which causes increase in blood sugar to compensate for the lack of glucose in intracellular fluids. Absence, or lack, of glucose in interstitial fluids will cause flight of fluids from blood, making a person feel thirst all the time. That gets converted into diabetes in due course of time. Not drinking any fluids except with meals will dehydrate the large intestine and surrounding areas of excess fluids. This will result in increase in metabolic rate. It will also help reduce intracellular water. Average total intracellular fluid makes up about 30 to 50 liters of fluid. That means a loss of 5 liters of intracellular fluid can be brought in about 30 days. That is the fastest and safest weight loss that is possible. The excess water reaching in large intestine is the cause for prostate problems. Read my blog for detailed explanation about the role of fluids in our body. My blog in brief. Chronic mineral imbalance in blood leads to low metabolic rate, resulting in aging and age-related diseases like blood sugar, blood pressure and heart disease, etc. To correct mineral imbalance, do hydration-dehydration cycles, and to increase resting metabolic rate, do walking and rest routines as detailed on my blog. Read my blog for more details or watch my YouTube videos at Rajinder Bala. To increase resting metabolic rate, RMR, do the following. Walk for 5 minutes at easy pace within your home in the morning. After walking, rest for 510 minutes in bed. Repeat the above 3 times in the morning, afternoon, evening and at night before sleeping. So that makes for 12 walk and rest routines, or 5 by 12 equals 60 minutes of walk for the entire period. One can do it selectively during weekdays and on working days only in the morning and at night. The idea about walking is that it mobilizes energy, and before the entire mobilized energy is spent, we rest. In such a case, a part of the mobilized energy becomes available for vital organs. Doing walking and rest routines takes care of aging-related diseases as well. Hydration-dehydration cycles. Day 1 to 5, drink 300 milliliters water with every meal. Total fluids intake on these days should not exceed 600 milliliters to 900 milliliters. Day 6 and 7, drink 200 milliliters water every 2 hours from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Repeat after 7 days till you are completely free of diabetes. Hopefully, in case of pre-diabetics, this will work in 15 to 30 days, completely reversing the diabetes. After you get free of diabetes and your blood sugar reading are back to normal, you can start drinking water at any time, but keeping in view the above principles. The big question that one may be interested to know will be, why should then a person drink water on empty stomach or at any time other than meal? Initial results indicate that water reaching large intestines help removing the metabolic waste. So that is also equally important. Sugar, food, etc. has no bearing on diabetes and blood sugar management. 1 to 2 persons have reported reversal of diabetes in less than 10 days. Also read my blog for detailed explanation of how the above steps ensure perfect health. Feedback will help a lot of people out there. Answer by Aryan Therezami. Is type 2 diabetes reversible? It is possible to not only reverse type 2 diabetes, but to stay free of the condition long term, according to a new study from Newcastle University in the United Kingdom. Approximately 29 million people in the United States have type 2 diabetes, and another 86 million have prediabetes. Your pancreas makes a hormone called insulin. When your blood sugar, glucose levels rise, the pancreas releases insulin. This causes sugar to move from your blood to your cells, where it can be used as an energy source. As glucose levels in your blood go back down, your pancreas stops releasing insulin. Improving the quality of your diet is another important way to help you lose weight, manage your symptoms, and reverse the course of your diabetes. Your doctor can help you plan a healthful and balanced diet, or can refer you to a dietitian. A diet that helps you manage or reverse your condition should include: reversing type 2 diabetes is possible, but it requires commitment to meal planning, healthy eating, and regular exercise. If you can do these things and lose weight, you may be able to free yourself from diabetes and its complications. Your pancreas makes a hormone called insulin. When your blood sugar, glucose, levels rise, the pancreas releases insulin. This causes sugar to move from your blood to your cells, where it can be used as an energy source. As glucose levels in your blood go back down, your pancreas stops releasing insulin. Type 2 diabetes impacts how you metabolize sugar. Either your pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin, or your body has become resistant to its effects. This causes glucose to build up in the blood. This is called hyperglycemia. There are several symptoms of untreated type 2 diabetes, including excessive thirst and urination, fatigue, increased hunger, weight loss. In spite of eating more, infections that heal slowly, blurry vision, dark patches on the skin. Type 1 diabetes is similar, but it usually develops during childhood and is largely unrelated to weight or diet. The exact causes of type 1 diabetes are unknown. The most important risk factors are genetics and family history. If you have type 1 diabetes, your pancreas makes little to no insulin. You need to inject insulin regularly to metabolize glucose. Type 1 diabetes can be managed, but there is no cure and it cannot be reversed. The symptoms are the same as those seen with type 2 diabetes. Both conditions can cause serious complications if not managed or treated. Symptoms include heart disease, nerve damage, atherosclerosis, vision problems and blindness, kidney damage, skin and mouth infections, foot infections, which can lead to amputations, osteoporosis, hearing problems. Treatment for type 2 diabetes includes monitoring your blood sugar levels and using medications or insulin when needed. Doctors also recommend losing weight through diet and exercise. If you start eating healthier, get more exercise, and lose weight, you can reduce your symptoms. Research shows that these lifestyle changes, especially physical activity, can even reverse the course of the condition. Studies that show the reversal of type 2 diabetes include participants who have lived with the condition for only a few years. Weight loss is the primary factor in patients who have experienced a reversal of type 2 diabetes. Excess fat in the body affects the production of insulin and how it is used. Research has shown that bariatric surgery can reverse type 2 diabetes, but there are less drastic ways that you can lose weight and reduce your symptoms. A commitment to exercise and dietary changes may be all you need. Starting an exercise routine is important for your overall health, but will also help you lose weight and start to reverse your symptoms. Talk to your doctor before making a plan and keep the following in mind. Start slowly. If you are not used to exercising, start small with a short walk. Gradually increase the duration and intensity. Fast walking is a great way to get exercise. A brisk walk is easy to do and requires no equipment. Check your blood sugar before, during, and after your workout. Keep a snack on hand in case your blood sugar drops while you're exercising. Improving the quality of your diet is another important way to help you lose weight, manage your symptoms, and reverse the course of your diabetes. Your doctor can help you plan a healthful and balanced diet, or can refer you to a dietitian. A diet that helps you manage or reverse your condition should include reduced calories, the same amount of carbohydrates at each meal, healthful fats, a variety of fresh or frozen fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, poultry, fish, low-fat dairy, soy, and beans, limited alcohol, limited sweets. Reversing type 2 diabetes is possible, but it requires commitment to meal planning, healthy eating, and regular exercise. If you can do these things and lose weight, you may be able to free yourself from diabetes and its complications. Reference: is type 2 diabetes reversible? Yes, and for the long term, say, 2017. Retrieved on August 14, 2017, from Is Type 2 Diabetes Reversible? Yes, and for the long term, say researchers. Diabetes self-management: is type 2 diabetes reversible? 2017. Retrieved on August 14, 2017, from Is Type 2 Diabetes Reversible?